return home?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, simple. If you stay with the throttle.
The track's working.
Perfect guy take watching a movie or something.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It plays nice. With
Yeah.
with the vector and
Ground speed 43. This thing is fast. It's 6 hands. I think it's holding.
Got some high flying birds in the area, so
Okay.
you're okay right now.
I think they'll steer clear of me.
I think
I've got some lead weight in the nose. It's the same weight as a GoPro. So we're simulating a GoPro without actually having a GoPro. The speed makes you pay attention. It's not just cruising around like a penguin. There's ground speed 55. That's 55 miles an hour at half throttle. We come to those low passes on the runway?
yeah.
Turning left, come down the runway right now. Going around again. And rolling into a final here. We're going for this thing now.
What are you doing?
Fast pass.
Yeah.
That's 50 miles an hour.
Wow. He has the fish eye in. Yeah, he's going a lot faster. I'm just standing still. You're right on. You're good. Perfect.
you're right on. You're good. Perfect.
Well, we had a great flying day yesterday with 2 FPV flights on the Sabre, and I got the return to home working with a little help from Eagle Tree, so kudos to them. And everything went very well. The vector does need a little tweaking on the airspeed and one of my warnings, but that's all easy to fix. I switched to an 11x5 propeller because with the 11x6 the motor was getting too hot. So after landing yesterday, the motor was only lukewarm and I had plenty of power. So the 11x5 is the way to go with this motor. Let's go through the pros and cons. The all-up weight of this model is going to be a concern. Builders are going to need to be careful with how much weight they're adding onto this model. You're going to need to keep that in mind. With 2 4,000 milliamp hour batteries and no landing gear, my Sabre is already at 3.4 kilos. Now, That said, we have seen video of a Sabre that weighed in at 4.3 kilos flying very well. So apparently this plane can carry a large payload. For our flying, I did do hand launches on the plane. We do have one report of the canopy and nose cover getting jarred loose on rough takeoffs with the landing gear. The solution to that is just to tape them down, and that's exactly what I did. Ultra long range flyers may not like the fact that they're going to be limited to an 11-inch propeller on this airplane. It's just a limitation of the design because the tail boom gets in the way. Now, this plane in the air tracks very well. Honestly, I expected it to fly a little bit like the Penguin and skid in the turns, and you need to use rudder to turn it, but actually it really doesn't do that. It tracks really well. You can bank and yank this plane. They have the center of gravity right up underneath the wings, and I think that's making a big difference. So kudos to that. Also, this plane is fast. It's even faster than I expected it to be. I was cruising around at, I'm pretty sure, about 40 miles an hour, and I was getting close to 60 miles an hour in level flight. The slow speed handling characteristics are quite good. Even with the flaps up, I struggled to get this plane to stall, and even when it did stall, I was able to recover it very quickly. And with the flaps down, it floats and it's easy to land, and you can do a really steep approach, so yeah, that's great. On the inside, the payload bay shelf is a nice touch for installing your flight controller or OSD. I also like the exterior mounting for the ESC. It gets the wires out of the way, and the cooling fins are right out in the airflow, which keeps your ESC nice and cool. The payload bay for this model is huge. I bought a 10,000 milliamp hour battery for it, and it fits easily inside. In fact, I think there might even be enough room for 2 of them in there. So I've been running 2 4,000 milliamp hour batteries in parallel in this plane, and right now I estimate my flight time with that to be about an hour, so that's pretty good. There are 2 aspects needed to fly long-range FPV: endurance and speed. This plane has both. Unlike, say, the Sky Mule, which turned out to be kind of a dud in that department. Great plane otherwise, but not a long-range FPV flyer. This plane, on the other hand, I think fits the bill. So there you have it. I think this plane is a winner, and frankly, I'm excited to see what other FPV pilots are going to do with this. The Finwing Sabre is available for pre-order now from Finwing, and I think a major US retailer will be carrying it very soon. So this was my first video review for an RC product. If you liked it, please click like and subscribe, and I'll make more. Maybe for the Turnigy multi-star battery. So, the Finwing Sabre, Virus's Pyrep. Thumbs up.